Okay, we start the first class 2025 A-level English medium biology class. First, I'm going to I'm going to give you an introduction about the class. Now, this is purely online class. As a result, you can see a lot of information that the student needs to start the subject. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tusita Gajanayaka, and my qualification Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine, Master of Science, PhD, and what I'm doing at the moment, private tutor since 2013. And I'm doing a lot of online classes with YouTube videos, with a YouTube channel. And currently, my platform is Institute of Colombo Professional Tutors. Through that, I'm doing my classes. Right. Now, this is completely different way of learning. Most of the classes, even though they say online class, it's a traditional class with the board, and only you see the videos of the class. It is not online class, it is the video of the physical class. Because online class, student and the teacher both have advantage of learning thing using the digitalized technology. That is the real online class. Right. Next thing, what I'm going to show you, in 2019, December 26, I posted a video online class about the GC A-level local syllabus biology exam papers, discussion about the exam papers. And students until since 2019, December 26, the students, they like this class, the method of teaching, and how the new technology used in the teaching and learning purpose. Most of the student they accepted. However, still some student prefer the traditional method of learning. It depends on the student. Okay, I'm going to discuss this thing in the introduction class. Online class, what you should do to improve the quality of online class, because I can equip with everything, but the student side, if the student is not equipped with all the things, you have a poor quality of hearing, poor quality of seeing, and you get a lot of distractions. The second one, what kind of a learning material you need. So what are the learning material you need for entire course? Third one, once you finish your O level, so what are the challenges to move from O level to A level? Then your exam and the syllabus, and then questions from the students. So these are the 6 things we're going to see in this introduction session. Okay, first, online class, how the student should come up to have a better quality of the classes. These things are very important. Success high if you use your computer and you use a headset or earphones, because the quality of the voice might change from one end to another end. To get it better, you need the headphone or earphones, and you should have a good Wi-Fi and there's no disturbance from the surrounding. Success is low if you use a mobile phone or tabs, because the screen is smaller and you can't do much, and poor quality Wi-Fi. And next thing, second one. So what are the learning material you need? When it comes to learning material, this include everything that you can gain knowledge, need for your exam. Okay, for that, this is written in Sinhala. I got this one Sinhala. You need this resource book. A resource book you need. Resource book available in the old version. Don't use the old version. There is a changes from old to new, not much changes, and the new version you should use. So new version, it is printed 2020, 2018. After 2018, 2020, this new printed version, and its original one. It looks like this, the front page, the cover. You can download this and you can also print it. There are many websites. I can also send this website. You can download and print the new versions. Because from 2024 A-level and future examination, you have to use only the new 22 edition of the biology resource book. So here the color code is like this for the 2021. This color code is the old one. So you have to print this book, and you have to buy this book if you don't want to print, and you need this book. Okay, now this book is called resource book. Why it is called resource book? It is written based on these textbooks. What is the difference between a resource book and textbook? We will come to that. And you can download from this my website. Here, if you go to this website, you can download the book and you can print. Or best ways, you can buy from different bookshops and websites. It's available. You can buy. It's not a big job to buy this book. Only thing is buy the new one, because old one still available in certain places. Old one is not. We are not going to use anymore. Right. Next thing. Any student wants to know 4 golden questions. That means you would like to ask, but you don't know how to align all these 4 questions. As a result, I make this 4 question, that these questions students are asking questions. Students asking, always they are asking these questions, and it is very important 4 questions. They are golden questions. You need a clear answer for these questions, not just telling blah 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 like thing and finally no answer, then you don't get this answer. Question number 1. Do I need a note? Do I need a separate note? Because you have resource book, do I need a separate note? Question number 2. Do I need to read or buy other books? So other books are example, few books, Campbell Biology, Ross and Wilson Anatomy and Physiology book, Albert the Cell Molecular Biology of Cells, and this molecular biology, microbiology, Tora. These are some of the textbooks used to make the resource book. So question is, do I need to read these books? Third question, do I need to learn by heart the resource book? Fourth question, how can I get A and highest marks in the exam? So these are the 4 questions. Any student would like to know answer for these 4 questions. Right. First question. Do I need a note? No and yes. Now, why I say no? Because resource book your note. Resource book is your note. If you want to, right. If you ask this question, do I need a note? That means, should I write a note? Should I take a note from another source? Let's say you can ask from your elder brother or sister that a person has done this English medium biology. Or you can start to make a new note. You can ask from someone, those who have already notes. So question is, do I need a note? Answer is no, because resource book is your note. But there is another answer, yes. Then why yes? I will explain you why you need a note. Now note, it's a very important thing. If you make a note and a teacher make a note, it should be very carefully make this note, because resource book is your note. But there is a small issue with the resource book. Issue is, if you look what it covers, for example, this red area. The red area is the problem. The problem we cannot give by number. Like let's say 90%, it's okay, and 10%, the resource book is not helping student. So that means I cannot give by numbers. What exactly is this, right? I will show you a few examples why you need a note, but this note should be prepared by a teacher. You can make a note, but it is important that the teacher should make this note. Reason is, I give only few examples why you need a note which should be carefully prepared by a qualified person. Now, if you look one of the past question, the exam question, this exam question asks about photosynthesis, and the one of the choice is given photolysis. This is one choice given in the MCQ. But this word is not in the resource book. This is not in the resource book. Instead, resource book use similar thing, splitting of water. Splitting of water equal to photolysis. It's same. Photolysis is splitting of water. Splitting of water molecule is called photolysis. So water molecule breaks down into proton, electron, and oxygen. This is the reaction. The reaction is called photolysis, and it is also called splitting of water. Now imagine when you sit for the exam, first time you're going to see this word. How do you know this splitting of water? You don't know this word. Now this is one real example from the exam paper. That means we can conclude there is certain information lack in the resource book. But this certain information is not much. Even you need 1 mark, because if you lose 1 mark for this, it is important for your result. You can't lose 1 mark. So there are few things you couldn't find in the resource book. Second thing, now resource book lists certain things. For example, you will find in unit 3, free living or parasitic forms are available. Free living, parasitic forms are available. Now, in this information in the resource book, they haven't clearly separate what is the appearance of free living, what is the appearance of parasitic form. But there's an exam question recently, state 3 features of free living forms of phylum Platyhelminthes that cannot be seen in parasitic form. Now this is about parasites called Platyhelminthes, and they have a free living form. They are harmless, and the parasitic one are harmful. So question asks 3 features, and these 3 features you couldn't really separate from this resource book, because even it is there, some of the information, they are not well organized, they are not separated. Okay, this is a free living, 1, 2, 3, these are the features. This is parasitic, 1, 2, 3, these are the features. They are not properly organized. You will see it's just only the paragraphs, not much tables, not much separations, not much pictures. It's more text. So that's the second thing we can find in the resource book. Third one, the unit 1 you're going to learn first time. So when you're going to learn first time, at present our planet is rich in diversity. Life on Earth found around 3.8 billion years ago. The first form organisms are believed to be heterotrophic, anaerobic prokaryotes. Evolutionary process, biodiversity, biosphere. Now, when you're going to read this word, how do you feel? Well, I don't understand this heterotrophic. What is heterotrophic? What is this anaerobic? What is prokaryotes? What is biodiversity? What is biosphere? Now, you check, it's in your unit 1. So there is no such explanations. You can see throughout the resource book, there is no explanation. They are not trying to help you to understand, okay, diversity is this. Heterotrophic mean these organisms, they do like this. Anaerobic mean the organism like this. There is a lack of explanation. As a result, you feel very difficult to understand, also to remember. Now, these are the 3 problems I found in the resource book. 3 problems I found in the resource book. As a result, you going to lose marks because of that 3 difficulties. So how we can overcome this problem? How we can overcome this problem? A teacher with some experience should make a note, little bit, handle this lacking part of the resource book. So they have to use resource book. They have no option. You have no option. You have to use resource book. But we have to organize from all the units 1 to 10. Where are the information lacking? Okay, add this information. Where are the explanation or clarification is lacking? Add this thing to that place. So we can enhance the resource book. We can improve the quality of the resource book. Then you can get the red color area I showed you. That mark also you can easily get. What I do, I make a note like this. This is resource book. How do you know resource book and additional things? When I send this document to you, everything written in black, it's from resource book. Everything in black, resource book. When I add something, it should be in a blue color. It should be blue color when I add something. So all units, I have note like this. And also, to make it easy to read, I have a certain important word. For example, clearly bold. These words are clearly bold, and I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level like this. This is just to a learning purpose. So you can little bit learn easily if you see this word. Okay, primary electron acceptor. This may be important word because it's highlighted or bold. Photosystem 2. Okay, this may be also important word. A splitting of water. I just added the photolysis. Then I explain what is again photolysis. Now, this one is not in resource book, but even it asked from the exam. So this is the thing I am trying to do, to make always, every time, adding something based on the past papers. So we always guide the past papers. If something is there, then we try to increase that area. Each year we check the past papers. If something newly asked, then we add to the resource book notes, my notes, what they have asked newly. So this is the what we are doing now to make the note perfect. So you can use resource book. You can use this as well. This is resource book. Little bit change the way you can see and some more information in certain places. Not everywhere, only certain places when we required this one. Okay, next question. Do I need to read other books? I mentioned some books, Campbell, and few books used by the resource book. Well, answer is no. Don't buy, don't read. Answer is no. So we don't want to go further. We don't want to discuss further. Answer is no. Next. These are the books I told you, Campbell, and this is Albert's Molecular Biology, and there's another book, Biotechnology, and Ross and Wilson, Anatomy and Physiology, and Microbiology, Tora. These are some of the books used to make this resource book. When they make these textbook to make the resource book, they just a little bit edited and then copy this information to the resource book. And in the resource book, you will see they are given as a reference. So at the end of the unit, there is a reference and they listed the books. That means the information are taken from this textbook. So you don't buy this book, don't read this book because you don't have enough time to read these books. I mean, book reading is a good thing, but you don't have enough time to read because you have to spend with the resource book. Resource book is the one used to make the marking scheme. Even you read this book and you write something, they could be right. Your information is correct, but you don't get the marks because it's not in the resource book. Marking scheme is prepared from the resource book. So best thing is fully focus on resource book. And in my case, resource book, little bit added information to the notes. Okay, next question. Do I need to learn by heart the resource book? Unfortunately, in Sri Lanka, answer is yes. Because we are not encourage someone to learn by heart, remembering things by heart. This is not the right way of learning, right way of teaching. But we don't have option. Every single detail hidden somewhere in the resource book can be a marking points in the exam. You can see if you check the marking scheme question and the resource book, you don't want to ask anyone, you can check everything one to one they take from the resource book. As a result, unfortunately, answer is yes. You have to learn by heart. Next question. Before that, why I say by heart? Now in any exam, it could be A-level exam, it could be your future exam like a medical school exam, any exam, the questions are made based on several type of method. What are the method? Some questions are remembering question. You by heart remember, same thing you write in a paper, you get the marks. For example, what is the definition of global warming? So for that, you need to by heart remember definition of global warming. Increase of the mean global temperature on the surface of the earth. That increase you have to write, mean global temperature you have to write, on the surface of the earth you have to write. then you don't get the marks. If you write something else, global warming is, we are all heating up. So we feel it like even today it's very hot. You can write like that, but you don't get the marks. Some questions are understanding. How does global warming occur? Now you see, a little bit difficult now. Okay, by heart I remember, but still I need to bring this information, how this happened. Then you have to know the mechanism, the carbon dioxide, methane-like gases accumulate in the greenhouse level, and the infrared reflect back onto the earth. Like this, you need to write something more. Then applying type of question. What will happen if global temperature continues to rise? Then effect of global warming. Then analyzing question, how can government help to reduce the important impact of the global warming? Evaluating question, has the automobile industry been successful in reducing carbon dioxide emission? And creating question, can I come up with ways to reduce the impact of global warming? Now in your paper, 70% is a remembering question. That's why I said you need to remember, you to by heart you have to remember the resource book, and 30% is coming up like applying type of question, like this kind of a question. There you need the creativity, you need the evaluation, you need the analytical things, you need other things like that. This is the place you need the help, because if you lose 30%, you lose marks of your exam. No point of sitting for the exam. You get 70%, but your aim is to get a highest level of A. You need this 30%. 30% is the hardest one because it has this understanding, applying, analyzing type of questions. So remember, you need to remember the resource book by heart. Next question, how can get the highest marks in my exam? I can tell the answer for this at the end of the session. Only few things you had to do. You had to do only 2 or 3 things maximum. So it's easy, 2 or 3 things. But this is the hardest thing to do. I will tell you what is. Next part of my introduction is challenges. What are the challenges you have from O level to A level? Right? When it comes to challenges, you have a huge gap. You have a huge gap from O level to A level. So this gap, O level, and you have to jump to A level. So how you get success when you have a huge gap? Because knowledge you get from O level is nothing. Because this A level subject, what you are learning now, biology, chemistry, physics, they are going more towards the university side. They are not university, they are going to more towards university side. It is not going towards the O level side. Less knowledge you have from O level. So this is the biggest problem in our system. You don't have enough knowledge. Now, if you understand this, you have a science book and you learn science. Then you learn chemistry, physics, biology. But if you look other syllabus, the other country, London syllabus, O level, they have a separate chemistry book, separate physics book, separate biology book. They have separate a big book for O level each subject. Then you get at least 30% of background knowledge to sit for your A-level exam. 30% of background knowledge you get. Now, what is the knowledge you get from your science to A-level? It's very less. That is the biggest problem all the students face. It is not your problem. It is a problem of the system. As a result, only smart student, they can cross this gap. Only smart student can cross the gap. Other student struggle whole year. They are changing one teacher to another teacher. and then another class, changing the class. So these are the things they try to do, find the right way that they can learn. But it is not the right way they are doing. Students are not doing the right thing. Student should find, okay, if I have a problem, how should I overcome this problem? Because you all are in a different level. You're not the same level. Your learning ability is different. That's the biggest problem. As a result, do you know, per year, around 250,000 students sit for A-level exam in our country for all subjects. And these 250,000 students, biology, chemistry, physics stream, the science stream, there are 40,000 students. They sit in a year in a science stream. From these 40,000, every student have one goal. All students, if you ask, they have one goal. Because when we ask from the sum of the introductory session, what would you like to going to do in the future? They are 10 steps ahead, because average students say, okay, I want to be a doctor. But other student, they are going, I want to be a cardiologist. I want to be a pediatrician. I want to be a neurologist. So they are going more step forward with doctor, and every student, they want to become a doctor. Perfect. Ambition is okay. But reality is less than 2,000 students can become a doctor out of this 40,000. It is 5%. This number remains same, 5%. Despite of the super perfect teachers are there, or they have a YouTube channel, they are doing superb job, they have a 20,000 students, some teachers, they're all there. But why at the end, results are same, 5%. If you understand this, as a single person, you find the way how to reach it. It is not that someone can bring this to level. That means someone cannot bring to this 5%. Any teacher cannot do miracles. Teacher can guide you, teacher can coach you, teacher can teach you. Rest of the things in your hand. If you understand this, you can cross this journey. Otherwise, you struggle. If you struggle for 6 months, then you forget about next 6 months. You prepare next 6 months. 1 year gone, then your exam is over. You have to understand it today. If you understand how should I go to the 5%, you have to analyze, you have to make your own decision. You have to find, okay, I should do like this, I should like, and you go to another class, just chemistry class, physics class, I know that you're attending. So none of them none of the teachers cannot make the miracles. Teacher can guide you, teacher can behind you, you have to go forward. Otherwise, if you believe the teacher can do the job for me and teacher can bring me to the 5%, you ended up in a big problem. That is the problem we have today. Over believing of student over believing about the teachers that they can do it. This teacher is superb teaching and like that. There's no super teachers. All are equal at the end. They teach, they guide, and they coach you. So you understand 5% how you can go. Now here, the picture is like this. Reality, 100 students are there, and you want to be this 5 student marked in the box. Okay, how you can do this job? It's a race. All people in this picture, they train hard. They train harder. All of them train harder. So they train so hard, but at the end, only one person can win. So we have to understand what is the secret of this one person. What is the secret of this 5%? How they enter into the 5%. So we can open up for you also to find. Okay, Now I'm going to do a small thing with you. I'm going to ask a small question from you. When I ask the question, you can go to this screen, click more, and you see chat. Then you can open up chat. You can type your answer, and you can send it to me. Then you send the answer to me, right? I will tell you why I did this job, why I did this question. They are not the biology, they are not the chemistry, they are not the anything about the science, just normal questions, normal thing. I just want to give you a message by doing this question. It's a simple thing, but the message is big. All right. So to start that, shall we again log in? I'm going to quit the session, and please log in again after quitting the session. Okay. So end.